Agile is a phenomenal milestone in the history of software development. It's a philosophy that is all about values. From Agile comes frameworks like Scrum and XP that are implementations of those values into processes and frameworks. So at Remote, we use Scrum. What's awesome about Agile is you can use the premise of Agile in any business. The guy that taught it to me, he used it to plan his daughter's wedding. When you follow an Agile methodology, you get things right first time more often. Things tend to come to budget. They tend to come on deadline. And that is because you have a much more granular approach to your work. You start off by working out all of the things you're going to need to do in the next sprint or two. We try and do 2 or 3 sprints in advance. A sprint is 2 weeks long. Then you go through those tickets, as we call them. Each ticket is a task that a software developer will be performing in order to achieve the goal of the sprint. So we refine those things. So by refining it, we work out what do we need, how do we test it, how do we know it's done. Once we've refined those things, we go into planning. Planning estimates the size in story points of each ticket to be done. We know as a team how many story points we complete every sprint, which means we know the velocity of a project. We know how many tickets to move into the sprint based on their estimated number of story points. So this is a really powerful way of making sure the most important things always go in the sprint. You always work to the business priorities. So you refine the tickets so you work out what you need. You're doing that 2 or 3 sprints in advance so that you've always got that information up front. Then you plan by estimating the size of the task, not how long it will take, but the size of the task. Okay, because then you can work out from the velocity of the sprint how many tickets to go into that sprint. At the end of a sprint, you have a retrospective, which is how did we do? How could we do better? Doing that every 2 weeks for years in a company is phenomenally powerful. It improves your processes. It makes sure that any red flags are caught way before they're red flags. And it also allows you to elevate your processes all the time. So you see, I didn't use the word code there once. Any business can apply Agile to deliver their output. You can use it for anything that requires the coordination, orchestration, and organization of work and people. Agile is phenomenally powerful.